Rings. Join us. All right. So tonight's subject matter. Obviously, you can't prove anything physically. We're here in our jar, in our what do you call it? There's I can't think of it. It's been a long day. So abductions from other universes. And I've tapped into that in the past here and there. But it's kind of like to go a little bit deeper into it. I would say it's kind of a touchy subject. Actually, all of this is a bit of a touchy subject. Also, Saqqara in Egypt is a touchy area, which is kind of strange. It's kind of like from what I've saw, it's kind of off limits. So there's parts of it are off limits for archaeology purposes. So they don't really know what the hell is going on over there. Step pyramids. So I'm not that familiar with Saqqara, so I might talk about it again tomorrow if I even remember. Usually I don't remember what. Anyway. And also the Bilderberg group. Oh, I forgot to put that in the title. Bilderberg group. They're meeting this weekend to dominate and control humanity. I don't know how good they are at it, though. I think they're giving way too much credit. But, it gives a conspiracy theorist somebody to throw their nails at and their complaints with and be a victim to it and so on. So there's a lot of victimizing. A lot of the conspiracy theorists are victims. The big bad guys. And just continue on like that. It's almost like you need therapy from all that. But it's fun for the soul, I guess. It's the journey. To go back to abductions from other universes. Yeah, I guess this is kind of a touchy subject. I don't know. It's hard, I believe it's kind of tough for some to remember. Obviously, there's some that do remember to a certain level. I believe mass majority have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. How many are even talking about the universe in general? Probably I don't know, not many. Well, usually memories are coming back from this, like the galaxy or the solar system in another reality. But abductions from other universes, yeah, I feel like it's that goes back to the gods of this universe. And think about this universe. It's not just our planet that's messed up or has problems. This the whole universe has issues. Think about this universe is kind of like an enemy to other universes. Think like that. What if let's just put it this way. What if it's the gods or the demiurge or whatever you want to call it went to other universes and just started taking whatever they want, whatever they can from all these different, like millions of universes, could be billions, and put them into this one, some form or another. You wonder where all these aliens came from. And they're all, you hear about in some of these spiritual groups currently, there's always this talk about healing this and healing that. It's like, I realize they're probably healing their current life, but it feels like it's going a lot more deeper. They might not be fully aware of it. But what the hell? What are you healing exactly? Do you know what you're healing? Because it can be being abducted from other universes, or your family line, your spiritual family line being pulled from somewhere that was nice and safe and comfortable. And so think of you've heard about planets, for those of you that are intertwined into that realm, worlds that are weak, and then the bad guy comes and kind of siphons its resources and takes it over, maybe destroys the planet and so on. So think about if you go to another universe and do that on a universal scale and just start to use this word, the raping of it, and just like pulling the life out of it, and then bringing its victims or what has been found, what we can, bring with you, bring it to this universe and see if it can survive here or how. I know remember, you have to think like fourth dimensionally, fifth dimensionally, 20th dimensional, whatever. Is it really all that, is it that far-fetched? Not really. I've connected this before in the past on some levels, but I've been seeing it more recently. So I'm working on projects behind the scenes. I don't know if I'll ever see the light of day, but this has something to do with it. I wasn't looking for it, sort of just found it. So think like God type beings. I know everybody wants to blame the Anunnaki for everything, but that's not what I'm talking about. Fucking Anunnaki with their lightsabers. This is fucking hilarious. I gotta take a many lifetimes away from the spiritual community. What the fuck? Yeah, it gets kind of gotta help us all. But yeah, but how far fetched is any of that? Abductions from other universes, and think like billions of universes, and think like the God that created this reality is, and then when you abduct energies from other universes and bring them here, you lock them here. You become the God of, like you become like a badass, basically. It's like technically you are a God here, because look what you did. And you can also be worshipped by the beings that are your victims, like a cult. So, and be worshipped for the things that you do. Wow, I can't believe what you did. Could you go to like a naive universe and just start pulling from it? And then you're seen as, and those that just could not believe what you did see you as this great higher dimensional being and want to worship you and so on. So, is it all that far-fetched? No. Can we remember it? Not the easiest to remember. Some are still healing from the traumas from just this galaxy. Think about, and some of them might be from other universes and you just can't remember. So it's not really that far-fetched, but you have to be very fourth dimension. Yeah, you gotta be very you have to be on a multi-dimensional level. And there are some that are just creating all this stuff in their minds just for whatever reason. But it doesn't mean that they're not tapping into other. I mean, you might think it happened in this solar system, but what if it happens somewhere else? In some other universe that you're remembering, and you just think it's here. So maybe this solar system copied. It's just a copy of somewhere else, which makes it even more complicated. I realize there are some experts out there that have it all figured out. Go for it. Sure, go for it. But it's not that far. It's complicated. It's just like we're dealing with like beings that created this universe that are completely fucking psychotic. But that doesn't mean they're not, talented. And they put us in the physical realm to really keep us locked down. Not everything is physical, but this is technically a physical universe, you can say. Yeah, I think like you go into other universes, like I'll take this, I'll take that, and beings are like, "What did you just do?" And they're not prepared for it. So is it that far fetched? Not at all. You see how this world is, and we're just saying from our perspective. So it's complicated out there. And here we can't even go out into space or anything. We're just here on our planet, come up with ideas and just wandering around, just trying to keep ourselves busy, give us our reason to be here. What are we doing here? Trying to figure out our purpose here. And there's so many different layers out there. And Saqqara in Egypt, is a major mystery, of course. I'm not getting a clear view of it, just trying to tap into it. It's like, don't go there. Energy is what I'm getting from that. So, I might not get very far with that one. honestly. I just saw that Saqqara and just felt like I need to go into it. But yeah, it's like I mean, not just from an archaeologist's point of view, where they say keep out. It's like whatever is buried there, they don't want you to. They don't want you there. So whoever that's yes, like items from Turkey are there. You have step pyramids. There's just sacrifices obviously were done there. The vibe I'm getting, it's just a secret society energy that's very powerful, which I wasn't really expecting. Yikes. Because, Giza is really where they're, it's the tourist attraction. There's other places that are, like Saqqara, I'm not even that familiar with it. And also the Bilderberg group, they're, I forget what, I don't remember where they are. I remember when this wasn't a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but not talked about in the media. It's kind of talked about a little bit. Of course, it's not seen as anything. I think they're in, Google is there with some Google executives. I think it's in Portugal or something like that. Yeah, they never know where it's going to happen. Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal. They also created a website for themselves. All the conspiracies. Oh, there we go. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I'll show that here. Yeah, I remember in 2008 hearing about the Bilderberg group and everything. So, all right, we'll see what we get here. Some conspiracy theorists are real big on their conspiracies. All right, Avatar Common Prep Sessions. The scheduler. We have the shop here. The webinar, social network, behind the scenes, and the archive. Of course, I haven't. Anyway, there's some things in the archive I need to fix, but probably not anytime soon. So going to Saqqara real quick. So yeah, the step pyramid. There's just, I don't think you're going to have anything I can even show here that's all that exciting. Yeah, that's in Saqqara. I don't remember seeing that. I guess this is, I think it's Cleopatra, or maybe this is Cleopatra. Or maybe not. Yeah, I mean, this has a little bit of a Stargate frequency. I don't know if this is off limits. Yeah, I mean, look at this. And even this, which I'm not that familiar with either. Jeez. That's quite the sight when you think about it. So I believe this is in Saqqara. I could be wrong. Maybe it's in Cairo. I'm not sure where it is. I don't know where that is. So yeah, that's And Saqqara is, of course, it's from you have where is it? Cairo. Saqqara is like, it's just a different energy altogether. I keep getting this like get out energy, like don't mess with this. So not that over there physically, so there's not much you can do about it. Energy level, this is where you get energy attacks from. Lovely. That's all I need, more of that. And of course, we have the Bilderberg group. So they didn't start doing this. They started doing this in 2001. I don't know. They just started doing this recently. Of course, they said all this. This wasn't. Maybe it was 2018 when they started doing this. Say we're not doing anything. We're just having a nice, rich old people. It's mostly a male of. It used to be a men's, mostly males that were there. I think it's still the case. has a little bit of that Masonic energy, of course. Because David Rockefeller that used to run this thing. Now he's, I guess he's dead, but not really. Does anybody ever really die when you're part of these groups? I didn't realize that last year was in Washington, D.C. I don't think I even paid attention to it. And this year I wouldn't pay attention to it either, but why not? So the last one was or one of the, they didn't do anything in 2020 and 2020. I guess I think it was on my radar last year. Not that it matters. So of course they have some kind of course of action. I don't know. I think they get more credit than they deserve, but whatever. Conspiracy theorists need something to fuel their sail with. Keep it going. All right, so going to the other universe energies. I think I'm allowed to tap into that to a certain level. I'll just get the galactic point of view of it. So you have abductions from other universes. You have reptilians abducted from other universes, insectoid beings abducted from other universes, other humans abducted from other universes, and it's brought into this one. And maybe they don't always remember. They don't have the past. Just don't have the memory of it. It all depends. Not to say all those worlds are like ours, but it doesn't mean they're not there without their problems, though. Not that. Well, we see it here. They're incarnated here with their issues. Even angels are here with their problems, but they're incarnated here as humans. So we get some idea of it. So everybody's here, technically, to some level. We're like a tourist attraction of chaos. Bring your problems here. That's all we need. So, all right. So open up a bed, bath, and beyond, and live a nice life. Or maybe not. They're kind of going under right now. I'm surprised the newspapers are still around. Old things just can't die out. So anyway. All right, we're going to the universe, energy, Saqqara, and maybe some of the Bilderberg group. I don't know if it's even worth going into that, but I don't know. Nobody cares, but I guess connect to the hive mind of it. So, all right, blessings. Greetings, we have Galactic Federation. We're not necessarily going by a title or the full title as what you're used to. Of course, there's many galactic energies here from all different groups. Just like with your spiritual groups, basically, galactic groups have their own. You can be a very small group and still everybody knows your name or everybody knows about you. But as for abductions from other universe, yes, but not all that knowledge is remembered, even by galactic beings. Yes, you can see it on a spiritual level in the spirit realms, in the higher dimensions, but fourth and fifth dimensional beings can't always see it. Even fifth and sixth, seventh, eighth, they can't always see it either. Depending of you can say hijacking. So in this world, basically, you're unraveling your problems here. So you don't have third dimensional issues anymore. It goes more to a fourth dimensional problem. And some of you are tapping into it already, especially healing the traumas, which is not easy. And that's just the issues you're having in this solar system. Or yes, this galaxy, most of the solar system. The solar system has a lot of issues. To create a world like this, there has to be other, bad actors here that are keeping this world shut down for various different reasons. Think like your founder race, the founder of your human race, were very advanced beings that they themselves were hijacked. that you can say they didn't see it coming themselves. And do they have a name? Well, some of you might add a name to them, but they don't really have a name. But some of you might have different connections there. And you can say, yes, the founder race is connected to the Native American, the natives. Very ancient, very advanced, very different than what you have today. So think like a spiritual being at a level that words can't even describe it, of just exploring the human element. And of course, other beings come in with agendas and bring your earth down to a more physical level. Like I said, the Atlanteans themselves were hijacked to walk this world down. So you can say this world is a library, but it also has a lot of treasure. As some of you pick up a lot of knowledge here that, there's fragments of the universe here. Of course, there's fragments of the universe and other planets also, but this one's is rare. Yes, you're so shut off from the universe. And why would so many put all this effort to keep you shut off from connecting to your higher dimensional abilities? Why would they put so much effort? Because there's alien groups like the Greys and have to go through. I mean, they went through their own problems, but they weren't forced into the physical as your world is. Your world is literally locked into it. As some of you are even attempting to connect to higher dimensions, and you're feeling blockages. And that it's not just because your race of human is just not evolved. There's actors here that want you to stay this way. And want you to keep, I mean, they're literally doing everything they can to keep you from your potential. They're not just playing hardball with you. There's more to it than that. Even for us to even bring through is, you can say, forbidden. Obviously, some humans have difficulties. Yeah, what if you're abducted from another reality and brought here and wonder why you have no rights? Because you're abducted from somewhere else. And you're trying to get out and you're realizing. And so those that have been abducted from other places and brought to just this world is because of your potential. The beings here can pull out, vampire your frequencies, and use you. Connect to your knowledge, even if you're not aware of your knowledge. And yeah, some are prisoners here. Not everybody, but some might actually feel that way. So some of you are here to free the prisoners, but obviously it's a lot more complicated than just freeing them. Well, even like a prison, let's say a jail or a prison, it's not the easiest to find your way out. And in this world, it's sometimes it's the break. I mean, some of you might have found an escape route, but you're here for a reason. And obviously some don't want to believe that. Well, some are so traumatized they don't want to hear it anymore. But some of you are here to, if you leave the jail prison planet, you can't do anything on the outside. So you're in the inside for a reason. And it might not make a whole lot of sense, but technically it does. Well, helping others to free themselves also. Instead of taking one or two with you, why not take everybody with you? Let's put it that way. So, but this universe, yeah, it's not going to be an easy story here. And those are abducted from other places might start remembering them. And it's not the easiest memories. So we'll leave you with that. Blessings. Brings you with energies from Saqqara. There are some, yes, bad actors on the spiritual front that are, they know that they'll be exposed eventually. So yes, they don't want you to channel anything, do what they say, and stay ignorant. Channeling is not perfect, of course not. Nothing ever is, but it's good to, if you have the ability to connect. There's going to be bad actors, but also the good actors that are there to battle the bad actors. Of course, the bad actors will battle everybody because they don't want it to be exposed. But Saqqara's frequency is basically has this Atlantean connection, as of all of Egypt does, but there is a lot of Atlantean artifacts that have not been found just yet. There's a lot more, of course, that even the archaeologists are kind of are they be able to handle what they find? Not really. They even get the vibe like, should we even be in this area? Should we even be discovering anything here? Maybe we'll just go to somewhere else and just leave certain areas alone, because some of them are actually scared. And there's places in Cairo that have been healed, whereas places in Saqqara have not been healed. What you hear about curses and anomalies, there's just certain histories that are not quite ready to be revealed as of yet. Well, because the vibration, it can really take, I mean, not to say like you find an object in Egypt and all your world's a totally different place, but technically, yes, that can happen. Not that your archaeologists are that close to anything. No, they're actually kept away from a lot. There is some things that haven't made public, but when they find a major find, that they can't, if it needs to be known, it will find its way to be known. And some of you will truly get the Atlantean frequencies. Yes, and as you say, you're not in Kansas anymore. So some of you can tap into the frequencies. Yeah, it's not an easy vibration there. There are crystal skull frequencies, not necessarily in Egypt, but there are crystal skulls in higher dimensions. That some of you have fragments of this crystal skull frequencies, and not even aware of it, which are part of your abilities, your ability to tap into different realms, and so on. So we just bring this energy to you for you to, yes, keep digging. Vibrationally. Yes, there's always going to be bad actors out there, but it doesn't mean you have to lay down and let them do whatever they want. It's good to expose their frequency, because they're not the strongest energy. They do this because they're scared of your world becoming aware. Well, of their world becoming more. Basically, some alien beings are going to lose their purpose. And so the only purpose here is to keep you shut down. And you're here to reverse that. Greasy with that. The Bilderberg consciousness. Yes, there is a lot of elite energies, but they realize also they can't always get along with each other. So they're like children. They're like very successful children, and you know how children are when they're around each other, they're always bickering with each other. It's the same thing. So they have that much influence. Realize there are forces here that are more powerful than any of your physical elite. So your physical elite might take credit for what's happening on your planet, but it doesn't mean they had anything to do with it. They're not that smart. They think they are, but they know they're pawns in all of this. They're just a player as same as you. They just feel like they have control when actually they don't. So some of you feel like you don't have any control when it's sitting there doing this. Some of you might have more influence here than you realize. It just, you don't have the ego trip like others do. They feel like they're powerful, bragging about their belongings and just being more isolated than ever. It's like the most insecure people in the world are some of the most popular people in your world. So some of you, obviously many of you probably don't care about these people, and that's probably for the best. That bruises their ego. You don't give them power. Others do. Some of the conspiracy theory people are under actually their control and don't even know it. There's mind control going on there. So it's like, oh, we're exposing this. Everybody be scared. And who's controlling that person? So, and not to say your physical weight is that smart. No. But there are forces here that are a lot more powerful in the physical realms that are using people as, just like your Greek gods, just using people as a pawn, especially those in powerful positions. You wonder how they get in those positions because somebody got them there. Not always the case, but there are some actually work for it. Those numbers are lower than those that just are put in those positions. They just have to show up for work every day. And I wonder how I got in that position because somebody helped you. Did you do the work for it? Probably not. They might say they did. Some of your billionaires say, "Oh, I did this and that." So in truth, it's just somebody helped them on a different dimension, of course. So yes, the ego is bruised on all counts. There, obviously, don't ever think that way, but but those of you that are working hard in your direction, please continue. Yes, hard work can be, well, not always, but it all depends. It can be rewarded. It doesn't always have to be, but just at least you can find yourself. Where even some of these elites are so ignorant, it's almost comical. These higher elites are so, they feel like they've done they got themselves those positions when they really haven't, and it's just a comedy. For them to think so. All right, blessings.